This is Little League World Series with the brand new sound. We started up, we never let it stop. We keep going. Yeah, you know how we do it. Summer forever. It's the sunshine shining down on your face. It's the good times that never go away. So come on, there's nothing better. I want summer forever. Let's keep it going now. I wish that it could be summer forever.
Just getting underway.
Let it stop, keep it going. Yeah, you know how we do it. There's something going on It's the feeling, like it's never gonna end. It's the reason, keeps you going back again. There's nothing better. I want summer forever. Let's keep it going now. Let's keep it going now. I wish that it could be
And welcome back to ESPN's continuing coverage of the Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. The 2016 Little League World Series underway. 2 games of a total of 30 over the next 11 days are in the books. As you take a look at the kids from Australia, who moments from now will play the team from Italy in game number 3 of day 1 at the Little League World Series. And we'll do this from time to time. A quick reminder of what you're watching. 16 teams are here, 8 from the U.S., 8 from all across the globe. All the players between the ages of 10 and 13 years old. Little League games will last 6 innings unless the team takes a 10-run lead by the end of the 4th inning. And this is Little League, so everyone here gets a chance to play. Hello again, so good to be with you. I'm Jay Crawford. 2 games, as I mentioned, now in the books, and the weather has been a bit mixed. We started the day with beautiful sunshine, and then game 2 delayed for a while because of weather. Rain found its way to Lavigny and Volunteer Stadium. Clouds have sort of come back after the sun tried to poke through. We'll continue to soldier on. Game 1, it was the big bat of Esmit Pineda, a 3-run blast, and his strong pitching performance helped them to a 10-2 win. And in the second game, how about a 3-run homer from Ryan Harlost, as it is New York getting past Rhode Island 7-0. So you see the teams that have advanced with game 1 wins. New York on the U.S. side, Panama on the international side. In 2 Sundays, the winner of the U.S. will play the winner of the international bracket for the Little League World Series Championship. Right now, all set for game number 3, Australia and Italy. Let's throw it over to Dave Fleming and Kyle Peterson.
All right, Jay, thanks. Can't wait to get this one going. It's our 3rd game overall, 2nd game on the international side. And yeah, that's the matchup. The team from Italy, the Europe-Africa region, and the kids from just outside of Sydney, Australia, for their first game in this Little League World Series. Hi, everybody. Dave Fleming alongside Kyle Peterson. Our first matchup today, Panama and Mexico, 2 teams with great baseball history and tradition here in Williamsport. You wouldn't necessarily say the same about these 2 teams. I think it's part of the fun of this matchup, kids who are learning the game, particularly on the Italian side.
You know, we've talked about it too, where you could just see the growth year in and year out for the team from Italy. This is just the third time that a team from Italy has actually played here in the Little League World Series. Basketballs, volleyballs, soccer balls, I know those pretty well. We're getting to know the baseballs and the gloves a lot better, and I think you'll see that as you see these kids at work today. We saw them take infield. Their run through the regional tournament was impressive. And it's a manager that knows his way around this area of the country, too, and specifically this ballpark.
Yeah, Marco Bortolotti, who has a lot of enthusiasm for this sport. He's been here before, and he thinks he can be a key player in helping grow the game in that great sports country. So Italy on one side, Australia on the other. We've seen them 4 years in a row here. Their play on the field has gotten better. One thing that's been a constant for Australia, these kids are always here to have a good time.
No, they're always smiling. They're always having a blast. And it's fun for us, too, just to watch these kids from Australia. It's now its own region. So Australia fields a team here in the Little League World Series every year, and each of the last 2 years, they've won a game. This is a yet-to-be-named inflatable kangaroo, but if you're Team Australia, you don't want to be holding him. Do something silly, you get to hang out with him. They pass him all around pregame. He'll be hanging out in the dugout as we go on. Always smiling kids from Australia, and the baseball continues to get better.
Yeah, so the kids who are here to have a good time, but also on both sides feeling like, hey, they can win some games in Williamsport. It's Australia and Italy. First pitch on the international side when we come back.
It's the feeling like it's never gonna end. It's the reason keeps you coming back again. Say, whoa, whoa, summer forever. Let's keep it going now. Let's keep it going now. I wish that it could be summer forever.
Now for the national anthem of Australia.
Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They are great, and in part by the Odyssey from Honda, official vehicle of Little League. And Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats.
Dave Fleming and Kyle Peterson here from Volunteer Stadium as we get ready for game number 3 overall, game number 2 on the international side of this Little League World Series. In our matchup, Italy and Australia. A little flavor of the event with the national anthems from both sides. So now the kids from Italy, who are the visiting team in this game, will get ready to hit from Emilia, which is a beautiful part of Italy, sort of south of the mountains, but north of Rome. Bologna, the capital, known for great food, all kinds of stuff, car makers, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati. So maybe this Italian team with some speed as well. It's the second time the representative from Emilia has made it here to Williamsport.
Yeah, for these kids from Italy too, and we'll meet them in just a moment. just learning the game of baseball. We know the basketball and soccer and volleyball, the history of that in the country of Italy. But we've already liked what we've seen from them in infield, and I'm looking forward to seeing them during the course of the game.
Yeah, me too. Okay, you mentioned it. Let's meet the kids from the team from Emilia, Italy. Brought to you by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Ciao, sono Tommaso Adorni e il mio giocatore preferito è David Ortiz.
Il mio nome è Alessandro Beccari e il mio giocatore preferito è Mike Trout.
Ciao, sono Sema Bouraoui e il mio giocatore preferito è Miguel Cabrera.
Mi chiamo Alessandro Ercolani e il mio giocatore preferito è Mike Trout.
Ciao, sono Samuele Gamberini e il mio giocatore preferito è Salvador Perez.
Ciao, il mio nome è Michele Ghidoni e il mio giocatore preferito è Carlos Correa. Ciao, il mio nome è Tommaso Ghidoni e il mio giocatore preferito è Bryce Harper.
Ciao, mi chiamo Simone Ioli e il mio giocatore preferito è Roldis Chapman.
Il mio nome è Filippo Laghi e il mio giocatore preferito è Jackie Robinson.
Il mio nome è Gabriele Persici e il mio giocatore preferito è Dustin Pedroia.
Ciao, sono Elia Sartini e il mio giocatore preferito è Miguel Cabrera.
Ciao, il mio nome è Francesco Segreto e il mio giocatore preferito è Jack Pivi.
Ciao, mi chiamo Federico Tiburtini e il mio giocatore preferito è Chris Colabello.
Ciao, il mio nome è Leonardo Zambernardi e il mio giocatore preferito è Lou Gehrig.
Ciao.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. And kids who are learning not just about how to play the game, but you heard Lou Gehrig, Jackie Robinson learning about the history of the game. I think it's part of the mission that their manager has undertaken. Marco Bortolotti, who we talked about, is a young guy but very passionate about the game and wants to grow the game in Italy. Third time that Italy has had a representative here in Williamsport, and among the European countries, fourth most behind Germany, Spain, and Russia. And they do feel like they have a chance to be a competitive team. It's a team that has some good arms. They've got a little pop, and they pick the ball. We watch it during infield. They play good defense.
Yep. No, they look good. They look real good the way they're moving around. And they're going to face a good one, too, on the mound for Australia. It's Clayton Campbell. This is a big kid now. Clayton Campbell, big right-hander, 170 pounds, 5'9", 12 years old. Nickname's the big guy. Seems to fit. And for Clayton Campbell, the fastball's been very good. When you talk to this Australia team, just about the kid that's been the ace of this staff. Game one here, they've got their ace on the mound.
You know, it is funny now. We've seen teams from Australia 4 years in a row in Williamsport, and we've seen skill, we've seen speed, we've seen athleticism. We haven't seen a ton of size, and it feels like this year's Australian team, they've got a few of those big kids who have power at the plate, and maybe with Clayton Campbell, some power on the mound.
And for this Australia team, they've gone 2 months without playing a game against another team. So you know these kids are ready to get back out there.
Well, I love it. Two countries that are learning to love the game. This is part of the reason why we have the Little League World Series, growing the game around the globe. And Australia and Italy get their Little League World Series started. It is a strike from Clayton Campbell to Alessandro Beccari, the shortstop, who hits leadoff for Italy. 12 years old, right-handed hitter.
Ball.
Our home plate umpire, Juan Solis of the state of Texas, and you'll hear Juan's voice. He's nice enough to wear a microphone for us. The all-volunteer umpire crew. Good fastball. It's 1-2.
One ball, 2 strikes. Play.
That's strike 3 called. We see the curveball and a strikeout to begin the game for Campbell on the mound.
Little breaking ball, 3 straight fastballs for Clayton Campbell before this one, then throws the breaking ball over to get Beccari looking for the first strikeout of the ball game. I think that's the hardest thing for kids that haven't been around the game a ton, is to see that one, to see a fastball that's a very good one and then a really good breaking ball.
Samuel Gamberini is the hitter. He tries that breaking ball again, and it misses. Gamberini was a catcher and a good overall athlete, 13 years old, 178 pounds. He's a big, strong kid. 2-0. He did not go. That's Johnny Stewart, our first base umpire. late with the swing on that fastball. It's 2-1. Well, we watched Panama beat Mexico in the first game on the international side. The winner of that game will take on Panama. Will take on the winner of this game. A double elimination tournament with 8 teams on each side of the bracket. International side, U.S. side. 2-2 after the foul ball. Well, we got some family. Mom looking on from the stands. Long way to travel from Italy.
Play.
Another foul ball off the bat of Gambarini. Well, and 4 straight years here in Williamsport, the international champion has gone on to win the overall Little League World Series championship. So this international side has been powerful of late. And I think, Kyle, part of it is these countries that are newer to the game, that don't have the great baseball history, they've gotten better and better. The field, the pool on the international side has been deeper. I mean, you get tested big time. If you make it through the international bracket, you're a very high quality team.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and we talked about Marco Bortolotti.
On the ground to third, Brent Iredale with a nice play and a little collision, but the first baseman, Ethan Treble, hangs on to the ball. 2 down.
And for Bortolotti saying, you know what, when we go back, we hope this continues to grow the game in Italy. You look at the international side and specifically Europe and Africa, that region there is Emilia, Italy right there. We've seen teams really from all areas too of that region. Team Uganda was here recently. Italy now, teams from the Czech Republic.
In fact, Italy had to beat a pretty good team from the Czech Republic to get here, to get through that region. There's Marco Bortolotti. A guy who's been here before and sort of knows about how this tournament works in Williamsport.
That's fine. Okay.
Tommaso Adorni, 12 years old. He's the third place hitter and the first baseman. And he might be their best overall hitter. Take strike 1. And he got hit in the helmet with a breaking ball. And the umpire just wants to make sure he's all right.
A little curveball from Clayton Campbell that just didn't quite get through, but this is something too. As you're growing up, you really need to learn this. Watch him turn away from it. I mean, it's minor until you're in the position, but a really good job to spin out of the way. Clayton Campbell, the pitcher, goes over. He gets a little pat on the back on the way down there from Adorni.
So good sportsmanship on both sides. There's obviously no intent whatsoever. So now a base runner, Emilia Sartini, who is the pitcher, the starting pitcher for Italy, and the cleanup hitter, taking strike 1.
Ball.
Sartini, who was named as the best player in the Italian tournament, so their national tournament, to send a representative to the Europe-Africa Championship. He was called the most outstanding player. 1-2. He told us he really wants to hit a home run here in Williamsport.
Boy. Choking up here with 2 strikes.
He got a piece of it, but it's a foul ball.
Okay. You sure you're okay? Okay.
Ricocheted off the catcher. Clements. Right off the left kneecap.
Those pads all over the place, but that one still.
Yeah, even with the guard on, that hurts. Clayton Campbell His 1-2 pitch.
There you go.
Still 1-2. Well, the pitch count is always something to monitor here at the Little League level with the pitch count thresholds and the rules about how many pitches a kid can throw in any one game. Mandatory rest after those pitches. So for Italy, having some longer at bats here in the first inning, hanging in there against Campbell. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of spoiling some pitches, and that pitch count continues to go up. So 85, the magic number. You can pass it during the at-bat, but if you go past it, that's it for the game, and then the day's rest associated with the number of pitches.
He struck him out swinging with a fastball. So a scoreless inning for Clayton Campbell in Australia. Now they'll hit when we come back to Williamsport. Back here in Williamsport after a half inning on the international side. Italy and Australia scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first inning. And the kids from Hills Little League in Sydney, Australia, with a lot of fan support, a long way from home. Sydney, which is one of the world's great cities, one of the world's great sports cities as well. Almost 5 million in Sydney. And a great place to visit. They love their sports down there. They're learning to love their baseball. And before the kids from Australia come to bat, let's meet the kids from Hills Little League.
Hi, my name is Clayton Campbell. My favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name is Matthew Clements. My favorite player is Yadiel Molina.
My name is Stephen Courtney. My favorite baseball player is Adrian Beltre.
Hi, my name's William Edwards, and my favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name is Riley Gonzalez, and my favorite player is Jose Altuve.
Hi, my name is Brent Ida, and my favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name's Thomas Jackson, and my favorite player is Jose Altuve.
My name is Adrian Mortier, and my favorite player is David Ortiz.
Hi, my name is Rowan North, and my favorite player is Chris Bryant.
My name is Ethan Treble, and my favorite player is Mookie Betts.
Hi, my name is Mitchell Truden, and my favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name is Will Unit, and my favorite baseball player is David Ortiz.
Hi, my name is Harrison Wilden, and my favorite baseball player is Manny Machado.
So that's Team Australia, and this is the pitcher they'll face for Italy.
Already seen Ilya Sartini at the plate just a minute ago. Now we'll see him on the mound. Another big kid. We've seen all the starters so far on the international side have been big kids. Ilya Sartini, no different, big right-hander. It's been very good for Italy in their run here in the Little League World Series.
So Australia, they've won a game in each of the last 2 trips to Williamsport, and they've been very open about their goal this year is to increase that win total. They want to win at least 2 as they try to build momentum for their baseball program. They've got so many teams playing in Australia that they do have their own region now. That's why there's an automatic team from Australia every year. That baseball has grown that much at the Little League level. Ethan Treble, the first baseman, is the leadoff hitter, taking ball 1. You can see a lot of emojis in Williamsport. Sunglasses on, tears running down the face, thumbs up. Strike 1 on the outside. It's 1-1. I know Kyle's big into that.
I'm a big emoji guy. That's kind of the first thing people think about me.
Most of the time when you send me a text message, there are no words. It's just sort of all emojis.
You know what it means, right? Efficient. That's all that is.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, sometimes it's the best way to express yourself.
Why go that route?
1-2. And he struck him out swinging. Sartini with a good fastball, 1 away.
I think the hardest thing sometimes for these kids when they get in this environment the first time is just to slow down and throw strikes. And it's a good job right there by Ilya Sartini to do that. Slow down. First out of the game for both sides is a strikeout.
Well, I think it's a good point because this team from Australia, they qualified 2 months ago to be here.
Yeah.
And they've had a lot of time to think about it. And, you know, when you're 11, 12 years old, to get nervous about being here. And the same thing on the Italian side. And I think both these teams look very comfortable starting off in Williamsport. Harrison Wielden, 11-year-old, one of the younger players. He's the shortstop and the number 2 hitter. 2-0. Now the international teams, they qualify much earlier than the teams from the U.S. Australia has had to wait 65 days since these kids qualified. South Korea, long wait. Mexico as well. Meanwhile, on the U.S. side, I mean, we just watched days ago those teams clinch their spots in Williamsport. But it's not like these two teams just sat around doing nothing. I mean, they've done lots of stuff to stay ready, get prepared.
Australia's been here in Williamsport for 5 days already. Over 9,000-mile trip from Sydney.
3-0 to Wielden. And he took a strike. Looked like he was taken all the way. They love their eye black on the Australian side.
Why not?
Three and 2.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Got him.
Two in a row to start it, so get to 3-0 and then 3 straight fastballs for Elias Sartini. The last one's about as perfect a spot as you can put it. Outside black, right at the knees, kind of tailing away from Harrison Wielden. So the first 2 outs of the game from Sartini. Full strikeout swinging.
Well, we saw a kid for Panama, Carlos Gonzalez, throwing 80 miles an hour, which is on the Little League diamond equivalent of a 100+ mile an hour big league fastball. There's Clayton Campbell with a fly ball and a diving catch in left. Gabriel Persici. What a play for out number 3. We told you they could pick it on the Italian side.
Say they're comfortable. A couple of strikeouts to start the inning from Sartini, and then Gabriel Persici out in left field lays out, makes the play, and he had all the kids from Italy jumping after this one. Big swing, fly ball that Persici has to come in, lay out, and make a play. It's an early SportsCenter Top 10 nominee. 3 up, 3 down to the first for Australia. Scoreless through 1, and Sartini loves it to the second between Italy and Australia.
All of the excitement of the Little League World Series, including scores, stats, highlights, and more, can be found at LLBWS.org. Follow with the hashtag LLWS on social media. And of course, if you're here doing that, that is a big deal. What do you think the number 1 pin is this year? You're kind of an expert.
Well, my son and his buddy have. Yeah, this is now something that's looked forward to every year, is the pin trading.
Strike 1 from Clayton Campbell to Francesco Segreto. He's the third baseman. He had a pretty cool reaction.
It's like his emoji.
After it was. He's living it out.
Yes.
Ground ball to second for out number 1. He picked the right emoji.
I loved it after the play out in left field. He was popping up and down. The arms are straight up in the air.
It was a tremendous play. We've seen some great defense on the international side. We're a game plus an inning in this 2016 Little League World Series. That's another hit batter. That was a fastball. That one might have stung a little more. Got him on the shoulder. Usema Borawi. Clayton Campbell, more good sportsmanship, although I'm sure he'd like to stop having to do that. With 1 out, a base runner for Italy. And the kid who made that diving catch. Gabriel Persici showing a bunt. See if he's actually bunting. That'd be a no. Takes a strike.
Like it. Trying to bring the infield in. Maybe can slash if you want to.
Time he does bunt it, it's strike 2 with the foul ball bunt.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And, you know, maybe sometimes early on in these first round games, we get a glimpse into the style of play a team likes to use. On the ground to third. They'll go to second and get one. That's all they'll get. Good play by Iredale, though, with Gonzalez, the second baseman, covering.
Well done, Brent Iredale over at third base. Watch the feet, too, the minute he makes his play. The feet, great transfer. Everything's moving over towards second base. Much easier to make that good throw. And you know you're not going to turn 2 there. Riley Gonzalez, the second baseman, aware of it, just came off the base. Make sure they get the lead runner for that second out.
Brent Iredale, who our scouting reports told us one of the smoother athletes on the Australian side. He looked the part there. Swinging strike 1. Also Gidoni, center fielder. Oh, 2. His twin brother is the second baseman and bats next in the order for Italy. Foul tip. Clements, the catcher, held on. Strike 3.
Love the reaction. Look down at the glove just to make sure it's there, but it was. It's another strikeout, 3 so far for Clayton Campbell. Still scores.
You gotta go. Nice.
Sydney, Australia, a long way to travel. What a beautiful place it is. Almost 5 million people live in Sydney, right on the water. The famous Opera House, the great beaches, and it is a town that loves its sports, whether it's swimming and surfing, rugby, and more baseball. Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's in the stands now.
Now, in the confines of the team, that inflatable kangaroo is not, it's not like a great prize. It's hard to explain, but basically, if you're a knucklehead, you get to carry that thing around.
You just want a little better seat.
1-0 to Brent Iredale, right-handed hitter, third baseman, cleanup hitter. Took a pretty good cut there. Foul ball, 1-1. 13 years old, Reno. That's what they call him.
Thank you. Play.
Not going to be an easy play. He got him. Well done by the pitcher, Sartini.
Pretty good work right here. First, you got to get off the mound. Sartini charges this one. Then the only chance you have is to barehand it. So barehand, notice he doesn't take it to the glove. A lot of times you see kids take it to the glove, kind of tap a little bit. No wasted movement right there. Barehand, quick throw, 1 out. Attaboy. Get the uni dirty too. That's a good finale.
So 2 good plays for the defense of Emilia Little League from Italy. 1 out.
You okay?
Matthew Clements, the catcher, comes up.
Okay.
This might be my favorite nickname.
Play.
What do they call you, Matthew?
My name is Matthew. What's your nickname? Bob.
First
Works
pitch to Bob. Strike 1, foul tip.
This was the kid yesterday when we were doing drills that went deep on a soft toss drill.
Which, that's not easy to do.
No.
I mean, you're not getting any of the power generated by the velocity of the pitch. On the ground to short. Bakari, throw a little bit high. And even if it had been right on the money, I'm not sure.
Bob can run.
Yeah, who says catchers can't run?
Fastball in his hands kind of tied him up, but the key is the minute he The minute he made contact, put his head down and ran. And I'm with you. I think even if that throw's there, I think it's a hit. That's exactly what it will be. It's first base hit of this Little League World Series. It's off the bat of Matthew Clements.
So he's aboard, 1 out. And Will Edwards, the center fielder, comes up. Strike 1 on the inside. Good fastball there. We'll see if he can live up to that emoji. We've seen some of them match the performance so far. See how hot Will can get. On the ground to short. That's one with the bare hand pick. Yeah. No, they did not get the out at second, says the umpire. Really? Now, Giardoni is not happy about the call. That's Jeff Freeze. He said no out. Apparently not on the base. Man, I thought beautifully done. It looked good in real time.
I thought it was too. What's the bare hand? Trying to be a little bit quick. Yeah, that's an out.
He's out.
Yeah, that's an out.
And that's got to be. I would assume that this one is going to be reviewed. Yeah, he had it.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
That was a smooth little turn right there.
Very. That's why I was so shocked to see the no out call. And no challenge. That surprises me.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and I say that, and here comes Marco. And they are. And I think they have to.
And I think they'll win.
And the good news is our replay officials here in Williamsport, they do a good job of watching ahead of time just in case there's a challenge. So they should be ready to make a call. It was a great bare hand pick. And his foot was on the bag. Absolutely. When he had the ball.
Yep. You could see it go into his hand. That left foot was still on the bag. And it was a good job, too, by Giardoni. Watch him coming across the base to make sure he clears himself of that base runner. He didn't turn to double play, but still, it was had the foot on there long enough, and it actually gave him a chance. He only beat it by about a half step. But I would expect that this one is overturned and it'll be 2 outs.
So Michel Giardoni. I mean, the only thing I can think of for Jeff Freeze, the umpire, is maybe he didn't see the ball in the bare hand. Let's get the call.
Play at second. He's out.
So they get the call right using the review. 2 down.
That's why it's there. It's perfect. Some great shots at it. Didn't take long. And it gets right.
Plus, when a kid makes a play that good, you want to see him get rewarded for it. It was beautifully done. So Adrien Lautier with 2 down on a runner at first. Right-handed hitter gets hit. So that's the 3rd hit batter. 2 on the other side of things. The first hit batter for Sartini.
You all right? Yeah. You okay? You getting the elbow? You all right? Meaty spot. Good job. Good job.
I think everybody's fine. You get a few more of those, then maybe you start to get a little agitated about it. Some harder feelings. 2 on, 2 out.
Right.
Riley Gonzalez, his first at bat. Strike 1 on the foul tip. Now you got to break that one down for me.
You're the emoji guy. I thought you'd know that.
Is that?
Back to your box, please.
Are those wings? If you got it, spend it.
I'll go with that. I'm not quite sure. Turn it to you. I thought you were the emoji guy. Maybe that was me.
Well, Riley, he did tell us before the Little League World Series started that one of the things he was most looking forward to is going to an American sporting goods store because it's harder to find baseball gear in Australia at their big sporting goods stores. So maybe that's it.
Gear up. Bring an extra bag. They are given plenty of gear when they show up. These kids go home with new glove, new bat, new gear.
No kidding.
This from Easton really set them up.
May not have to.
Kicks.
May not have to make that pit stop. Chance for Australia here to go ahead. Edwards, the runner at second. Lautier at first with 2 down. And a line drive base hit into right field. Edwards around third. Here comes the throw, and it's too high. A good job by Sartini, the pitcher, to back it up. But on that throw, Gonzalez goes to second. He knocks in the first run in Williamsport for Australia. They lead 1-0 in the Smile to match.
I love it. It was a really good adjustment too during the course of the at-bat. A little bit late on the fastball for the first 2 times. This time, now watch that front foot gets down in time. Gets the barrel to it, shoots it out to right field, and Australia's on the board.
Australia coach.
So the pitching coach is going to visit. He is not wearing the microphone. The managers wear the microphone for us, so we like to listen into these conversations on the mound, but the pitching coach for Italy not wearing the microphone. But I'm sure, I mean, this is a big spot. Giorgio Montanini, 2 on, 2 out, where a hit could make it 3-0 and change the feel of this game. The left fielder Mitchell Tritton with a chance to drive home a couple of runs. He hits one past the pitcher. A little bobble, but nice job, Michel Gidoni, who had a good defensive inning to stay with it and make the play. So a run for Australia, and they take a 1-0 lead.
Bonding with the unis.
Great crowds day 1 in Williamsport, the Little League World Series. And Australia's taken a 1-0 lead over Italy in this game on the international side. Time for our fresh take, brought to you by Subway. And we are really just getting going. Panama was impressive. They beat Mexico 10-2 to get us all started.
One of the youngest kids in this tournament, Esme Pineda, goes deep, 2 for 4 with a 3-run home run. Great start for New York. They beat Rhode Island 7-2 in a nightcap tonight just up the hill. Bend, Oregon, Goodlettsville, Tennessee.
Goodlettsville, not that many years ago, has been a U.S. champion. Bend, Oregon has some, I think, great stories on that team. They were impressive in winning their region. So that'll be a fun game tonight up at Lombardy. We're here at Volunteer. There's strike 1 from Clayton Campbell. And Michel Gidoni, who has made the 2 really nice defensive plays. Italy's had 4 or 5 of them already on the defensive side. Hitting 9th in this order. And you can see the resemblance with his twin brother. Little soft liner, caught at first by Treble. A lot of smiles in Williamsport. And you know, the hill up at Lombardy with the cardboard slides and whatnot gets all the attention. The hill here, nice spot.
It's good.
Volunteer.
I tell you though, that hill up there, you get a little bit of rain.
Yeah, right now
it's zipping down that.
You're moving.
It's a popular place tonight.
0-2.
Have you gone down it yet?
I have not.
Oh well, no, it can't happen. No, a few rites of passage in this place, and that's one of them. We'll get her lined up. Don't you worry.
Can you get me up there? Strike 3 swinging. 2 down. I heard a rumor, it's just a rumor, that Jess Mendoza, who is here for the first time, who's going to be a part of that broadcast tonight at 7 Eastern for Oregon and Tennessee, that she and Tim Kirkchin may engineer a little race down the hill.
There's room for 3.
room for three.
Yeah, why don't you zip on
I don't think I was invited to that race.
Ball.
1-0. Samuel Gambarini. Guns N' Roses, huh? You're not old enough, Samuel. Come on.
Sorry.
2-0. It is funny, Clayton Campbell. You see him trying to get a better grip on the ball. He's doing that a lot, sort of wiping his hand. He's already hit 2 batters. Ilya Sartini, the pitcher for Italy, has hit a batter. Strike 1 called. Looked like a pretty hittable pitch.
That's it, really, for base runners for Italy. The only 2 that have reached have been the 2 that were hit by a pitch.
2-2.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Popped up, and time for Treble to get there. Nice play. And then just go behind the back with the flip. He's feeling pretty frisky, I think.
Pretty good day for Ethan so far.
So 1-2-3 inning for Campbell in Australia. They bat when we come back. Welcome back to the Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Already having too much fun in Williamsport, day 1. And on the international side, Panama has already beaten Mexico. The winner, Panama, will take on the winner of this one, Australia, with a 1-0 lead over Italy as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. And the top of the batting order coming back up for Australia. Ethan Treble, who's had a nice game defensively already over at first base. He's kind of the life of the party for Team Australia, which is saying something. It's a a team with a lot of personality. But Will Unit is going to pinch hit for him. Doesn't mean that Ethan's out of the game. Ball 1. So this is what happened when Ethan made the catch.
Got it. And
oh no, that was out number 3. And
thank you.
I knew that. Well, now Will Unit. Ball 1 strike to count to Will.
Thank you.
It's a lively group. Sometimes you say, oh yeah, these kids so nervous on the big stage, biggest crowd they've ever played in front of. Lights are on now.
Smiling from the minute they walked in here.
That one hit to right center field. And a diving attempt, no catch. Tommaso Giudoni with a good effort. Now the slide, he's safe at second. Good hustle by Unit. Once the ball rolled away, Will made it into scoring position. That's a double.
It's a double and a really good job of base running too, because this entire play is right in front of Will. Good effort out in center field. Giudoni just misses it, hit off his glove, but then Will Unit can see the entire play as he's rounded first base. Takes a chance, thinks he's got enough time to get on to second base. Great place to be with nobody out. Good slide in there and a good start for Australia here in the 3rd.
Will, his big sport other than baseball. That one's popped up. And the second baseman, Michel Giudoni, Tommaso's brother, makes the catch. 1 pitch. And Wheeldon is out number 1. But Will Unit, standing at second base, his other sport is BMX, like dirt bike riding. So he's a risk taker. He wants to take that extra base.
Take an extra base. It's easy.
Here's the pitcher and the 3rd place hitter. Biggest, strongest kid on this team, Australia. And Campbell grounds one past the dive of the shortstop. Unit's going to try to score. Here comes the throw, and it's a little late. And on the throw, Campbell into second. 2-0.
Okay, we got time.
Clayton Campbell comes through.
And the second time that he's faced Ilya Sartini. First pitch fastball. Really good job, too. Watch the head stay right on that fastball inside. It's enough of it to shoot it out to left field, and then great base running to follow off the bat. Looks like Unit will score easily, and Clayton Campbell read that throw right away. The minute he knew it was going home, he was off to second base.
A run in, still only 1 out. Now Brent Iredale, foul tipped 1, strike 1. They describe Campbell, who just got that hit, as their best power hitter. They describe Brent Iredale as their best contact guy. So you need a ball put in play.
Red guy up there
is your man. To the backstop.
Stand on the back, stand on the back, stand on the back.
Campbell goes to third. What looked like a wild pitch.
All right, we've got 1. All right. All right, deep ball in the air, straight back to the bag, yeah? All right, soft up the middle, you're good to go. They're playing deep on you.
Les Stockdale, the manager, also the third base coach. If it's hit on the ground up the middle, they're playing deep enough to where Campbell's orders are try to score. 1 and 2.
Here you go.
2 young managers of these 2 teams. That's how it happens. You get some enthusiastic young coaches in these countries that are watching baseball grow so quickly.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Neither one with a kid on this team. I always think, too, I think kids look at coaches that aren't parents sometimes a little bit different, especially if they're younger. You relate to them a little bit more.
Ball.
They set that target away. He hit the target, but it was outside. Ilya Sartini. Now the infield comes in a little bit. 3 and 2. And you wonder if that would change the instructions.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And having a chat over at third. Coach and player.
Being aggressive, if he draws him off the bag, maybe, yeah. Let's go, Reno.
The 3-2.
Ball.
Ball 4. Pretty good job by Iredale not to go after that one. That was close. Oh, this time it's not the pitching coach, it is the manager.
Secondo me il tuo l'hai fatto. Io sono contento di quello che hai fatto. E manca solo una cosa, chiudere la partita. Ok, adesso vai in prima, concludi la partita con tutto quello che hai. Va bene? Gran lavoro, è lì. Tommy, vai a sinistra, ok? Andiamo raga, forza. Diamo sta partita, sto inning. A sinistra. Gabri! Gabri! Gabri!
They are going to make the pitching change with 2 on and 1 out. Australia ahead 2-0. We'll be back right after
tutto quello
this.
che hai. Ok? Andiamo, sereno.
Australia has taken a 2-0 lead here in Williamsport. We're at Volunteers Stadium. What a beautiful scene on the international side. Day 1 of the 2016 Little League World Series. And while Team Italy makes a pitching change, 2-0 Australia threatening for more here in the third. We've already seen 1 game, Panama with the win over Mexico. The other 2 games to start off the opening round, Canada and Japan tomorrow, 2 Eastern, right here on ESPN. And then South Korea and Curacao. That'll be an interesting one, 6 Eastern, also on ESPN. On the U.S. side, we still have Oregon and Tennessee to come tonight. And then the other 4 teams tomorrow on the U.S. side of this bracket. Rowan North is the pinch hitter against Alessandro Ercolani, the new pitcher. Strike 1 on the foul tip. Team Japan is here to watch. Great way to spend the night. Watch a ball game, get ready for tomorrow. Teams from Tokyo, Kyle, have been powerhouse teams in Williamsport for a long time, but particularly these last few years.
3 out of the last 4 champs have come from Tokyo, the other from Seoul, South Korea. Both cities and countries represented this year again.
Still 0-2. Well, international teams have not won 5 straight Little League World Series for 30 years. That would be the case if they win this year. Alessandro Ercolani, 12 years old. Strike 3 called. That's 2 down. I know Alessandro just came in on the mound. 2 outs.
Fired up. He's got his first strikeout. Ercolani just into the game. Job of just spotting that fastball on the outside part of the plate for a big out right there for Italy.
Here's Will Edwards. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored the first run. They've added another one here in the third, and a chance for more. First and third, 2 down. Ball slashed foul. Right up against that tarp. Happy to say it is tucked away, covered. We had the tarp on the field for several minutes. This game was delayed just slightly by a passing rain shower. And it's like the natural air conditioning has moved into the Pennsylvania mountains. It's just beautiful now. Right off the fist to third, caught for out number 3. So we will go to inning number 4, Australia with the 2-0 lead. Can you not sing along? We're here in Williamsport. Our Honda game summary. Australia with a 2-0 lead.
Clayton Campbell's been good on the mound and at the plate, 1 for 2 with an RBI, 4 strikeouts so far for Campbell. Hasn't walked anybody. He's really filled up the strike zone. Just 43 innings through the first 43 pitches through the first 3 innings for Clayton.
Autograph time for the kids from Tokyo. And at least, look, it's the Little League World Series. Anything can happen, but on paper, one of the favorites in Williamsport. 3 championships in the last 4 years for Tokyo, Japan. Swinging strike 1, Tommaso Adorni leading off for Italy, looking for their first hit. By the way, the Duke Ellington School Choir, great performing arts high school in Washington, D.C. They were nice enough to sing the new rendition of our theme song.
So that one will be in your head for the next 6 months.
It will.
Perfect.
If you're going to have it in your head for months and months and months, that's a good version of it.
That sounds great.
We'll hear that a few times over the next 11 days. Oh, 2. Adorni was hit by a pitch his first time up. It's only a 2-run game. We're halfway through in the 4th inning. That breaking ball, strike 3 called. And let's welcome in the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Marisol Castro.
Hey fellas, here on the Italian side of Volunteer, and you know there are fewer families here from this team simply because they had to shell out €2,000 to send their team to the regional tournament in Poland. So you can imagine it's a lot of money, so not all the families were able to travel to America. We'll say this, in speaking to the manager, Marco, he says he's really excited that the team is here because it gives the team so much more exposure, and he's hoping that that will translate into more support from the Federation back at home.
Well, and it is true that the Italian team, they had to travel a long way up over the Alps. Obviously, they took an airplane, but went into Poland for the Europe-Africa regional tournament. So it was quite a trip just to get in a position to earn their way to Williamsport, then go home, then wait around for a month and make the long trip here to Pennsylvania. They still have some family support here. That's strike one. Down 2-0, looking for their first hit. That's a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a good favorite movie choice. It translates.
I think that might be mine.
You think Bob Uecker in Italian would be funny? I think so.
Just a bit outside in any language sounds good.
Hit well, but caught in center field by Will Edwards. Emilia, Italy. I mean, it's really a beautiful part of that great country, and all kinds of agriculture, from cheese to wine. You've got the history in the capital city of Bologna. We talked about the auto industry along the Adriatic Sea. You got the Po River, the mountains.
You should go do the Italian Championship.
You and we're going to angle for that assignment.
That'd be all right.
Next year, we're there. Pinch hitter for Italy. And it's Federico Tiburtini, 12 years old. It really is a beautiful place. Some of the best food in a country known for it. I'm talking myself into this.
Oh yeah, we're already there. I mean, we just book it now.
Well, we could, you watch those shots of Sydney, Australia. We could go, since they run their tournament a little earlier. We could go down there first, make our way.
It's a good idea.
Coming back in the opposite direction, stop over. 0-2. I think our entire crew is on board. They've signed up too.
Play. Ball.
Up and away from Clayton Campbell. Right there on the outside. So Clayton Campbell pitching very well for Australia.
Big boy's been efficient, throwing a ton of strikes, and 2 strikeouts in the 4th inning. That's 6 in the game for Clayton Campbell, who's done it to the plate too.
You've seen all the smiles from the Australian kids. They love to have fun on the field. They have some fun off the field as well, and in their own home tournament at the expense of their assistant coach, Chris Swan.
Be careful where you leave your bed, because it might not stay there. And Swanee, as they call their coach, ended up having a few different spots for the bed. Why not throw it on a tractor just to finish it off with a parking lot up on the roof? That takes some work.
Takes some effort, but I think the payoff was worth it. First pitch swing, the pinch hitter, Stephen Courtney, will be safe at first. Michel Gidoni, who's played so well at second base. Just a little mistake, and Courtney fast enough to make him pay. There's Chris.
Chris is a popular one right now too, because he promised the kids he would buy them an Xbox if they won the Australian Championship.
Like each of them individually?
Well, I don't know. That was not clarified, but at least one.
But
he hasn't done it yet, but they amazingly they haven't forgotten.
Come on, mate.
Well, it's a team full of a lot of spirit. Ercolani on the mound for Italy, the second pitcher of the game for them. Nice stop by the catcher, Gambarini.
That's a good target back there too. Out in front of the plate, you don't know if it's going to stay down or bounce up. Backhands, eyes go straight down to first base. Make sure that runner hasn't moved.
1-2. I mean, we over and over again, we've heard from the manager, Marco Bortolotti, how new baseball is to so many of these kids for Italy, and yet fundamentally you watch them play, they are a very solid team.
No, it's little things like every pitch the middle infielder's moving to throw or to back up the throw back to first base. From a cutoff standpoint, they always know that they're in the right spot. You go to a lot of little league fields around this country for kids that are this age, and you won't see kids that know the game the way that these kids have shown they do.
The first pitcher, Elia Sartini, backed up a throw at home plate. Perfect textbook style. So I know they're down 2-0. They don't have a hit yet, but I've been impressed with a lot of things already. That's ball 4. The error and now a walk, and Australia's got a rally going.
Hey, we got none. We got none. Okay, you're doing what he does. You're going to freeze on a line drive. Hey, it's got you on twice, man.
Thomas Jackson will hit for Mitchell Tritton. We've got the mandatory play rule, so everybody gets a chance to hit in these Little League World Series games. Now it's Thomas Jackson's turn, 12 years old. Thomas is a smart kid. And, you know, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes is one of our important partners with the Little League World Series. So we talked to all the kids before the World Series started. What did he say? One of the things he was looking forward to coming to the U.S. I want to eat some Frosted Flakes.
Attaboy. Oh. I bet there's plenty of them up there. I don't think you have to look far.
Yeah, well, part of the experience, and it's really a big part of the experience for the players, is what we call the Grove up there, the place where all the players stay.
What I like too is there's an international team that's always paired with a team from the States. So you're staying right next to kids that are from a different part of the world.
2-1 to Thomas Jackson, a little bit low. 3-1. Let's see if Alessandro Ercolani can find his way into the strike zone here. He does. 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a walk. And we're talking about the Grove up the hill, which is where all the players stay, and it's such a cool spot.
We get the game room, we get the cafeteria up there. Ping pong's always not far away. You get the table in the background. I would assume that game doesn't sit idle very long either right there. The practice fields down the hill, everything you could want. Batting cages down the hill. Kids from Curacao getting a workout right there.
It is a big part of the experience, where the teams get to mingle. You meet players from different parts of the country, different parts of the world.
Ok, sei contento che sei qua finalmente? Grande Simo, gran sorriso.
And we are going to have another pitching change here for Italy, so we're going to step aside. We'll be right back. Australia threatening to open this game a little bit. They have the bases loaded with nobody out. Back after this. It's web-based training for coaches, umpires, league volunteers, and parents. You can watch videos, review practice plans, or just see some ideas for playing catch in the backyard. Visit and join for free at littleleagueuniversity.org today. Tremendous resource if you're interested in helping to grow the game. If you're a young coach, check it out. Simone Ioli, 11 years old, third pitcher of the afternoon for Italy, now on the mound.
5'3", 93 pounds, and a huge smile on his face when he came into the ball game too. I don't know exactly what his manager Marco Bortolotti said to him, but whatever it is, it definitely had him smiling and loose.
Well, not an easy spot. Ethan Tremble, leadoff hitter with the bases loaded, and a strike right away. Now Alessandro Ercolani, who was the pitcher, now, yeah, there he is out there in right field. Infield is in, maybe not all the way in for Italy. High 1-1. But pressure on the defense. Good spot for the hitter, Ethan Tremble, who's been Mr. Smiles. Foul ball, 1-2. He's one of the leaders of this team. He may be kind of out on an island, at least with the second part of that.
Combo you see every day. But
I mean, I like both of those things. I don't toss them together very often.
Yeah, I'll stick with the first one.
Strike 3 called. There's something off speed from Ioli. That's a big first out.
Boy, get ahead. Not too worried about the fact that the bases are loaded right there.
Maybe a little change up, palm ball. So now Harrison Wielden, bases loaded, 1 out, up and in. And you can move those middle infielders back to more double play depth. And we've already seen a double play turned on the international side in the Panama-Mexico game. Off the glove, diving attempt by the shortstop Bakari. 1 run in to score as Courtney comes home. And it's 3-0 Australia. Wielden knocks in the run.
This was just about an amazing play on the infield right there too. Bakari lays out just off the edge of his glove, but squirts to the left fielder Tommaso Adorni, who keeps all the base runners moving up just 60 feet, but it's an RBI single right there for Harrison Wielden.
Now the big hitter, the power hitter, Clayton Campbell. Bases still loaded, 1 out. And that is popped up, and I mean up, way up. Who's going to take it? The shortstop. Nice aggressive call. And Bakari has it, 2 down. That was a big league pop-up.
Just missed that one too, because if he squares that one up, it's 7-0 right now, I think.
Well, he's got the power to scare our camera guys out beyond center field. Clayton Campbell. Here's Brent Iredale swinging away. And a little frustrated he missed that one. They play some what we call soccer down in Australia. The Italian kids, I think, are the bigger football fans. Foul tip. It's 0-2. And a throw back almost got him. Yeah, the runner at third, Riley Gonzalez, came off the bag. Samuel Gambarini, he almost got him.
Yeah, and I think he thought that Gambarini maybe had dropped the foul ball. You could hear the foul tip, and you see he was kind of nonchalant. And whoa, better get back there in a hurry right at the end.
Oh, 0-2 to Brent Iredale. And he slaps that one to second, caught by Giannoni. So, one of the littlest kids on this Italian team, Simone Ioli, inherits that bases loaded situation, gives up only the 1. 3-0 Australia leading Italy as we go to the 5th inning. And how about a valuable lesson with our own Kyle Peterson, brought to you by True Value.
Hey, if we get a pop-up on the infield, that's an out. So we have to worry about pop-up priority. Who do we listen to on the infield? Fly ball to the left side. Yell it out, boys. Ali calls for it early. The shortstop has priority over everybody else on the infield, including the second baseman. Ball up the middle. Attaboy. Call for it early. Make sure we get underneath it. They're giving us an out with a fly ball. Our shortstop, Ali, does a great job. Call it out early, then finish off the play.
A little different shortstop in this, but watch, he's called early. And watch the arms, too. He's trying to wave everybody off just to make sure there. Alessandro Beccari doing a great job making sure that everybody can hear him. Call it early. Take the out.
Take charge, captain of the infield. And he did it. And that helped Italy get through that jam. I mean, that had a chance to blow the game wide open. They're still in this game. Simonioli will bat here for the first time. He came on to pitch and got that pop-up. Just 11 years old, so he's one of the youngest players in Williamsport. A nice swing, liner to right, caught by Adrien Lantier, one away. I think that's the hardest hit ball from Italy all game. Alessandro Ercolani, who we saw on the mound, second of 3 pitchers for Italy. Now taking it bat for the first time. Oh, and 2. No, this is my turn.
Derek, I gave it to you. I put it in the stroller.
Hey, he's done pretty well. On the ground to first. Trouble. 2 down. All right, now
switch it up.
Now you can let somebody else get in there.
Would you like to?
Hold it. Nope.
Get out of here.
Nope, not you yet.
Really good job of letting us soak it all in, read every autograph.
Good rotation.
No broadcasters yet. Another pinch hitter. Filippo Laghi, right-handed hitter, takes inside, ball 1. 63 pitches down, by the way, for Clayton Campbell. And after a first inning where he threw 22 pitches, it was kind of trying to harness that early command, maybe some nerves coming to Williamsport. Since then, he has been smooth and efficient and very good. Right in on the hands.
Sorry.
He's thrown a ton of strikes. No walks, 6 strikeouts. Has not given up a hit yet.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike.
Got him. 3 up, 3 down. And Clayton Campbell in Australia on a roll. They lead Italy 3-0.
Presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They're great.
They are loaded in the merchandise shop. How about the Baseball Tonight live from Williamsport shirt? You want one of those? That's pretty cool looking. ESPN shop.com. I've seen a lot of those around this Little League World Series already. Baseball Tonight's going to be here all week. 3-0 Australia. Matthew Clements, for his second at bat of the game, had an infield hit, which started the first run scoring rally for Australia. And ball 1 strike to count. Matt, who's the catcher on this team. Winner of this game plays Panama. They beat Mexico in fairly convincing fashion by the end of that game. And tomorrow we will see 3 very strong teams traditionally, and who knows, Canada has sent some strong teams to the Little League World Series as well. But Tokyo, Seoul, South Korea, Curacao, great baseball country.
The team from Canada that threw 2 no-hitters in the Canadian national tournament.
1-2. Strike 3 called. 1 away. And downstairs to Marisol Castro.
Hey guys, so you know, there is a 4th coach to this Australia team. Happens to be a woman. The rules here are only 3 coaches in the dugout. Louise Riddell, what is missing in the inning in the dugout without you there?
I'd have to say my muffins. I cook the boys muffins every game. Lots of fruit, water. I keep them very organized and calm in the dugout.
And not just the players. I think you keep the coaches in check too.
I think so, yeah.
And I'm going to keep tabs on you because I think you have something to do with the moving of a certain coach's bed. But we'll get into that maybe a little later on in the broadcast. Thanks, Louise.
Well, obviously a big part of this program, and we saw those photos. Swanee. So now we know who was responsible for it, huh?
Yeah, security might be a little bit tighter here in the Grove. I'm not sure if they can roll Swanee's bed out, put it out on the pool deck here. I don't think that would fly.
Could be more challenging.
Yeah.
Ocho, I think we can figure out why.
This is the broadcaster now.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
This is William Edwards. He said, well, when he's playing, we'll call the game at the exact same time.
So kind of the riff on the old skit, ESPN Ocho.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, he's got that broadcasting stuff down. And he drives one to right center field. Ocho is on the run. Will can move. He's going to stop at second with a 1-out double. I think he's calling it in his head as he's rounding first base.
And swing a little bit too. At this point, yeah, he's saying good swing. Let the ball travel. Drove it out to right center field. Now the Ocho's going to look for 2. He goes third person, rounded first base. It's perfect. 1-out double for Will Edwards here for Australia in the 5th.
Adrian Lautier, the right fielder, late with that swing for strike 1. 4 years ago when Australia sent their first team here, and we talked to their coaching staff and some of their kids. A big part of the theme was, this is just the start for us. They have grown Little League so much down there. So many more teams, kids participating. They get to Williamsport, games on TV back home, more kids watching, more kids interested in playing, and here we are 4 years later. I mean we're seeing the results of that.
Ball.
There he is.
The unnamed inflatable kangaroo.
I don't think he's been unnamed for long.
Hit pretty hard, but foul. Nice swing, foul by just a couple of feet.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Play.
Three and 2.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Several of the kids on this Australian team, including Adrian, went to Japan last year to play some games. Strikes out swinging there, 2 down. Shorter trip than coming all the way here to Williamsport.
Still not exactly up the street.
No.
That's not bad for an 11 and a 12-year-old. Now played in Australia, Japan, and the States. Pretty good tour.
2 down for Riley Gonzalez. He's been one of the more impressive players with a line drive base hit to knock in a run. Has drawn a walk. Made a couple good defensive plays, and he pulls that one to third, caught by Segreto. So a double, but a runner stranded. And Clayton Campbell will head back on the mound for Australia to try to finish it out when we come back to Williamsport. But before we step away, 3-0 Australia. Let's send it up the hill to Carl Ravage. Welcome back to the Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. On this beautiful night in Williamsport, we're on the international side, and Australia trying to close it out. Their starting pitcher, Clayton Campbell, who threw very well, is now going to be the shortstop as they make a change. What a night for Clayton Campbell, though.
It's not bad to leave the ball game when you haven't given up any hits, and that's exactly what Clayton Campbell did today. Went 5 innings, didn't walk anybody. In fact, the only 2 base runners were 2 guys that he hit. Other than that, Clayton Campbell was outstanding today for Australia. A few little breaking balls when he got ahead in the count. So that'll do it. Him coming out in that spot allows him to get 1 less day of rest if they want to bring him back. So 7 strikeouts in 5 innings for Clayton Campbell, and it'll be Harrison Wielden, who was the shortstop, in to try to close this one out.
3 outs to go, and a 3-0 lead here in the 6th inning. Leonardo Zambernardi is the hitter. Harrison's just 11 years old. From his windup, he got the strike 2 swinging.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Still 0-2. Well, this would be a landmark win for the Australian team. They've won a game in each of the last 2 Little League World Series, but they've never won their first game. They've never started off with a victory and gone right away into that winner's bracket. Got him to chase in the dirt. The catcher Clements, nice throw to first, 1 away. And a good job by that first baseman, Ethan Treble, to clear some room for the throw. Last combined no-hitter in Williamsport. A team from Mexico back in 2012. Last year, Alex Edmondson, remember, South Carolina, had a no-hitter by himself. He had some dominant stuff. So 1 out. And the leadoff hitter, Alessandro Beccari. We've seen him make some nice plays at shortstop. Let's see if Italy can at least get a hit, put some pressure on Australia here. Down to their final couple outs. On the ground, Wielden makes the play, 2 down. Well, I think every kid on this Australian team has at least some family member here in the crowd making the long trip to Williamsport. One out away from a win.
The guy over at first base, Ethan Treble, just working the gum over right here at the end.
Daniel Gambarini. Trying to keep this game going for Italy. On the ground, tough play. And just a little bit late. Now Ethan, he thinks they got him. He immediately pointed into the dugout. Clayton Campbell, who started the game on the mound, has the big arm, made a good throw.
Made a good throw and a really good play too. Watch him go backhand side and doesn't waste any time. The right foot's already set, so it's as quick as you can make the transfer, but he was definitely safe. So the first hit of the game for the kids from Italy come with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. It's Samuel Gambarini who gets it.
How about that? To keep from getting no hit, and hey, it's a 3-run lead. Keep their chances alive. This game is not over.
The middle of the order coming up.
So good hustle there by the catcher. That's the first hit in this Little League World Series for Emilia Little League. Adorni takes it low, 1-1. Yeah, if Tommaso Adorni gets on base, well, Ilya Sartini, the cleanup hitter, comes up as the tying run. Line drive base hit into center field. Well played in center by Will Edwards. His throw to third a little offline. So back-to-back 2-out hits. It's not over.
This is the most aggressive swing that we've seen from the kid from Italy today. A fastball out away, and Tommaso Adorni just rips it out towards center field. That's a good play by Will Edwards out of center field, too. Even though the base runner at first, Gambarini goes first to third. Keep Adorni at first base. There's a force play up the middle if you need it that potentially can end it, but Italy not done yet. 2 straight hits here in the 6th inning.
So 2 on, 2 out, and Ilya Sartini is the tying run. He's got some power. He was the home run hitter in their Italian tournament. Off the catcher inside, and Gambarini will score. So Italy's on the board. It's 3-1. They're going to rule that as a pass ball, even though the pitch was away from the target. Now, they got some life in that dugout.
I got time.
Sit. And you make it a 1-run game. You put that tying run at first. Kind of ramp up the pressure. Yeah, Australia, I mean, I think they rolled the dice a little bit, taking Clayton Campbell out of the game. He had plenty of pitches left to try to finish this one out. Oh, foul, that pitch way inside. And who knows, maybe Ilya looking for a pitch in to try to pull it over the fence.
I would think he's got a home run in his mind right now.
And Harrison Wielden trying to get that final out. Here we go. First base umpire Johnny Stewart, and that feels like a break for young Ilya. Yeah, it's a gray area.
Close, yeah. I think he might have just gone too far, but not an easy call there. So now 2-1 to Ilya.
3-1. Well, a walk puts the tying run on base. Trying for their first opening round win in Little League World Series history. Australia 1 out away. Ball 4. And now the tying run is aboard. The go-ahead run comes to home plate. And it's amazing. A little infield hit, close play at first that kept the game alive, has really changed the field.
It was the first hit of the game at that point.
They did not have a hit. 2 outs here in the 6th. 1 out away from being no hit. And the hustle from Samuel Gambarini. Then the solid single from Tommaso Adorni. Now a walk. And Francesco Segreto. A chance to be a hero for Italy. Strike 1. Give him credit. Not going quietly. Good cut, but a foul ball. And now they're down to their final strike. Yeah.
Ed was right on it, trying to drive it, not just put it in play.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Takes a deep breath. Harrison Wielden. 0-2. Got him. And Australia has a landmark win. The first time in their Little League World Series history they've won their opening round game. It wasn't easy. against a scrappy team from Italy, but they get it done 3-1.
As single runs in the second, third, and fourth for Australia. Clayton Campbell was outstanding on the mound, and Harrison Wilden, when he needed to get the strikeout, got it to end this one. So an impressive Game 1 win for the kids from Australia.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
And that moves them onto the winner's side in this international bracket. Now those kids, we saw the smiles all game long. They can celebrate this one. Baseball in their country has come a long way in a short time. And both teams have a lot to be proud of. We saw good defense, good pitching.
Absolutely. Diving play to start it off in left field for Italy.
And we always see the good sportsmanship. So, on the international side at least, it's the end of day 1. Panama beats Mexico. Italy drops their opener to Australia 3-1. Tomorrow, Kyle, we see on the international side Canada, Japan, South Korea, and Curacao.
A great day 1, and it should be outstanding with Japan, South Korea, Curacao, all powers in this tournament in the past.
And of course, don't miss over on ESPN that Oregon-Tennessee game going on right now. Chula Vista and Iowa, and then the last game on the U.S. side, Kentucky and Texas rounds it out tomorrow night. For Kyle Peterson, from Marisol Castro, I'm Dave Fleming saying so long here from Williamsport. Some of the sights, some of the sounds. A great first day here at Volunteer. The Little League World Series 3-1. Australia gets the win now. We'll send you off to Sports Center.
This is Little League World Series with the brand new sound. We started up, we never let it stop. We keep going. Yeah, you know how we do it. Summer forever. It's the sunshine shining down on your face. It's the good times that never go away. So come on. There's nothing better. I want summer forever.
Just getting underway. The Little League World Series.